What's going on, guys? Welcome back to lesson 7 of our crypto course brought to you by Coin Collective channel. Today we're going to be talking about loans, regulations, and taxes. So first off, we're going to talk about collateralized loans. Collateralized loans are simply just taking an asset that you already own, like your car, your house, or crypto in this instance, and taking a loan out on the value of that digital asset. Me personally, I took out a collateralized loan on my Bitcoin. So I put my Bitcoin up as collateral. I took out a credited loan on that Bitcoin to buy more assets. And say if I defaulted on the loan or I lost all the money that I took the loan out with, my Bitcoin would then be taken as collateral by the company to pay off my loan. Since you put up collateral for these loans, typically loaning issuers can give you a lower interest rate as opposed to using a credit card that's a loan backed by nothing, which is different than using a non-collateral loan like a credit card that you have to pay off every month. When you use your credit card, that's not backed by any of your assets, it's backed by your credit score. With a collateralized loan, you still pay interest, but since you are putting up one of your assets as collateral, that allows these loan issuers to give you a lower interest rate as opposed to non-collateralized loans. So to put it simply, all a collateralized loan is you're putting up an asset that you hold, like crypto, to one of these centralized or decentralized loaning platforms, and they will in turn give you a credit line on that asset, or they will credit you money in a stable coin, or say Ethereum, or more Bitcoin, to go out there and do whatever you want with, like buy more assets or buy whatever you want. And all you have to do is just come back and pay off the interest on that loan and pay off the loan that you took out, which is pretty self-explanatory. And once you pay off the loan, you get all your collateral back. So a popular loaning platform people use is Nexo. Nexo is a centralized loaning platform that allows you to send multiple different cryptocurrencies to it, and you can take out a loan on the value of the cryptocurrency you have in your Nexo wallet. And you can also have your crypto holdings put in what's called a savings wallet, and this savings wallet will earn interest for it being deposited on Nexo. So theoretically, you can do the 65-35 method. So if you have 65% of your digital assets or cryptocurrencies in your Nexo wallet sitting in your savings wallet earning that interest, you can take out a 35% collateralized loan on the other assets for whatever you want to do with it, for buying more assets or buying whatever you want. And the 65% in your savings wallet will pay off the interest on the 35% collateralized loan. All you have to do is pay off the initial loan value, and you don't have to pay off any of the interest that you accrued. Okay, so I know that may seem like a lot, but we're going to go ahead and try and simplify this for you guys on the computer. Okay guys, so we're at the computer now, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how the Nexo platform works. So I went ahead and blurred out the portfolio balance and credit line just because some of that's like personal information. So your portfolio balance is the dollar amount of everything in your account. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. And then the credit line is how much you can take out in a loan based on the value of your assets in your credit wallet. So you have a credit wallet and a savings wallet. Your savings wallet, I'm going to go ahead and show you how this works. So we're going to do it, say, with my XRP. Your savings wallet earns up to 8% with XRP. Some of these are different. Some of these give you a higher interest APY. Others give you lower interest APY. But with XRP specifically, you can earn 8% on your XRP holdings. So in my credit line wallet, I have X amount of XRP as well that I can use as collateral and take out a loan with my credit line. So we want to keep this at a 65-35 allocation. That way you have 65% of your portfolio in a savings wallet earning that interest so you can pay off the interest that you've taken with the 35% collateral. So If I took out a $2,000 loan and it gets a 13% interest rate, I'm paying off that 13% interest rate with the excess I have in the savings wallet. So let's go and look at the interest breakdown. Your interest payment comes in every 48 hours, and you can constantly use it to pay off your interest that you're earning on your collateralized loan. Another really cool thing is if you go back to your account, you see that there is the Nexo token. So if you hold the Nexo token in your wallet, you get special loyalty levels. So the current loyalty level I'm at is just the base. I'm not earning any excess interest on my savings wallets. But depending on how much Nexo token you hold in your portfolio or your Nexo wallet, that determines what your loyalty level is on Nexo. So if 1 to 5% of your portfolio allocation is in the Nexo token, you will get a better interest rate on your collateralized loan. So without any Nexo token in your wallet, you're paying a 13.9% interest rate. But if you have 1 to 5% of your portfolio, you get 1 percentage point taken off. You're paying 12.9% interest. If you have 5 to 10% of your portfolio, 8.9% interest. It's pretty self-explanatory. And your earning benefit on your savings wallet goes up as well. So it goes from 4% from cryptocurrencies to 4.25 to 4.5 or 5%, depending on how much Nexo token you are holding in your wallet. And you can also earn from the price appreciation of the Nexo token if it goes up in price and the demand for the token goes up. So there's a lot of wins here. But that's just up to you, depending on how much you really want to use these loaning platforms. And for these, if you wanted to take out a loan, you just go here, you click borrow, and you can take out a loan in Tether, which is just a stable coin on the Ethereum network. It's a stable coin pegged directly to the US dollar. USDC, it's another stable coin pegged directly to the US dollar, or a bank transfer. So you could literally take a collateralized loan and transfer that collateralized loan directly to your bank account, which is super cool in my opinion that they offer all these three options. Nexo will even pay the gas fees to withdraw the ERC20 token Tether out of your wallet, which I think is pretty cool of them. And then, so you'll see, it'll tell you how much interest you've earned on your savings wallet. You can see the interest details. It'll tell you how much you've earned in each token specifically. And if you want to repay a loan, just click repay. You go in here, you choose whichever crypto you want, say Chainlink, I guess, and you can determine how much of the Chainlink token you want to use to repay your loan. If you want to deposit a cryptocurrency in here, all you have to do is just click top up. That's the deposit address. You just copy that and you paste it in whatever exchange you're trying to send from. Okay, and if you want to withdraw, that's pretty simple. Same thing. You just click withdraw. You determine how much you want to withdraw, and then you send it to whatever exchange. I think this is a pretty good overview of how to navigate the Nexo platform. I'm going to go ahead and show you what decentralized platforms look like. So one decentralized loaning platform is Anchor. Anchor is really cool because you can borrow on your assets in a decentralized manner. So Nexo is centralized, like it is regulated by the FDIC. It is insured up to I'm pretty sure $1 billion. So it's a little bit safer as far as if it failed, your money is still going to come back to you. But a lot of people like the idea of being able to take out a decentralized loan without some kind of centralized entity. And so you could do that on here. This is housed on the Terra Luna network. So Anchor pretty much specializes in UST, which is a stable coin. This is actually our favorite stable coin. It's housed on the Terra Luna network. And the reason why we like it is because it's not pegged to any fiat currency. So with the huge inflation fears that are happening right now, with the Fed printing another $2.5 trillion, UST, a stablecoin, will not be affected by the inflationary effects on the US dollar. But USDT and USDC would be, because they are pegged directly to the value of the US dollar. So they will lose their purchasing power along with the US dollar. So another really cool DeFi, decentralized loaning platform is on Aave. Same idea as Anchor. You can go on here, you can take decentralized loans out on DAI, Ethereum, Chainlink, Yearn, Aave, CurveDAO, there's a lot in here, Engine, and you can take out loans and you can earn interest, and there's a whole bunch of things you can do. But we're just kind of showing you these different things and tools you can use in DeFi and centralized loaning for crypto. So we're going to put this in the description. This is a spreadsheet for helping you kind of organize your loans on Nexo. So you go in here, you see the 65% you need in your earning wallet. You put in how much you're going to put into your earning wallet. Say do like $5,000. You put in how much you want in your earning wallet. So you got $3,250. And this is a breakdown of your earning wallet. You have 10% XRP, 16% Nexo, so you can get that higher loyalty level. And then you have 74% USDC. The annual percentage rate tells you how much interest you are going to be earning on these three different assets, because there is a different interest rate on all three of them, which is very important to know. Because since you can account in this spreadsheet for the differences in the interest rates, you can determine how much you need to have in your credit line and how much you need to have in your earn wallet to make sure you're balanced out correctly. And then you put in however much you want in your credit line wallet, which is 35%, and which in this circumstance is $1,750. This is the breakdown of it: 50% XRP, 50% USDC that you want in your credit line wallet, and then this is how much you can take out, the loan to value of what is in your credit line wallet as collateral. I'm just going through this with you so you can kind of understand, so when you go in yourself and you want to use this spreadsheet, you understand how it works. This down here will help you compute your daily percentage rate on your earn wallet and then your daily interest rate on your savings wallet. And you need to know these things so you don't fall behind and get liquidated and have your collateral taken from you because you did something incorrectly. These platforms are extremely useful because you can continuously grow your assets with the assets you already have. But if you use them incorrectly and recklessly, you will feel the pain from it because they will liquidate you. When you take these loans out, it's honestly better to be conservative as opposed to taking a high-risk loan. So 65-35, you may want to do 70-30 just to be absolutely safe and make sure there is no chance that you're going to get behind on your interest payments and there's no chance that you're going to get liquidated. Okay, so here's a great picture that kind of gives a visual representation of how loaning works on Nexo. So you got your 65-35 loan, you have 65% in your earning wallet, you have 35% in your loan wallet. This is the allocation of assets. It can be whatever you want, but in this instance, it's 10% XRP, 16% Nexo, 74% USDC. They all earn different interest in their earning wallet, so you have to take that into account also. And then you put it all together, you see how much interest you're making. That determines how large the loan can be that you take out. You got 35% in your loan wallet, USDC and XRP. You take out your loan to value on it, and you make sure that it's 65-35 or even higher, 70-30, so you can pay off that interest on the loan. And then when you take out that loan and buy more assets with it, you can then come back later on and pay off the initial amount easily. Okay, so now that we have covered loans on decentralized and centralized loaning platforms, we're now going to talk about the regulatory environment, which is constantly changing right now in cryptocurrencies. So right now, regulations are still very foggy, and it's very hard to see what the future holds for future regulation of cryptocurrency, because the current regulators, especially in the US, have not been very straightforward at all. The current SEC chairman, his name is Gary Gensler. We would really advise you to follow what he does and keep up with the SEC chairman's actions throughout the next few months, because they are very pivotal into the future of cryptocurrency. Gary Gensler started out working at MIT, and he was a professor in blockchain. and he knows a whole lot more about cryptocurrencies than he lets on. But he has consistently dragged his feet and has done absolutely nothing to help the space over the past 6 months. Although for many months the future of crypto regulation was very grim, recently, in early December, Congress, regulators, and heads of crypto exchanges finally met and had a very constructive conversation. And they're finally beginning to move somewhere with regulations. But we are not out of the woods yet. One case to pay a lot of attention to is the Ripple versus SEC case. The SEC dropped a lawsuit against Ripple Labs, which is the parent company that released XRP as a product. XRP is a utility token that was created by Ripple as a bridge currency for the XRP ledger and for different financial instruments that they would like to use it for. And the SEC claims that Ripple has been selling XRP as an unregistered security, even though XRP has been around for 8 or 9 years now, and they never said anything about it beforehand. Even after Ripple executives on multiple occasions met with the SEC and tried to make sure that they were within regulatory standing. But it's clear that they chose Ripple XRP in this instance because instead of creating regulatory framework through legislation and cooperation, which is the democratic way, they are instead doing regulation by enforcement, which is by suing Ripple. We believe that the reason they brought this case forward is they are trying to set a precedent for all future cryptocurrencies as to whether they are unregistered security tokens or if they actually are utility tokens and can be considered in their own space. This is extremely important because it affects all future regulation for the whole crypto space and taxes, which many people do not understand the scope of this lawsuit. A great YouTube channel to stay subscribed to and keep up with is The Digital Asset Investor. He does a great job covering regulations and pointing out corruption and conflict of interest in the SEC and in the government, which happens a lot. And follow John Deaton on Twitter. He is one of the attorneys that is leading the XRP community forward and fighting the SEC. They have done an excellent job pushing this case forward and bringing public attention to the possible corruption that we're seeing in the SEC today. We will link both of these people down below. So where do we at Coin Collective see regulations heading in the future? Well, in our opinion, we think that there's not going to be some new regulation agency that's set up specifically for crypto. They're going to segment different cryptocurrencies into different places. So say they have a certain aspect of the market that is set aside as utility tokens, and they have to pass some kind of test like you do with putting a new stock on the market, which is called the Howey test. They may have the Ripple test, and if you pass the Ripple test, you will qualify as a utility token. You would then fall under the CFTC or the Commodities Futures Trades Commission, and it'll be some kind of commodity. And then, say a lot of these meme tokens that don't really do anything will either be regarded as scams or they'll be regarded as some kind of security token and they get regulated by the SEC. A lot of these things will kind of be segmented in their own class depending on what they do. And loans will be processed through the FDIC. We don't know this for sure, but this is where we would guess it would end up. We have so many systems in place already that there's no point in really creating a new one. You can just kind of come to an agreement as to what aspects of the market need to be divvied out to different regulatory agencies. All it really is just a financial leap in how we transact value and money and do things on a daily basis. All right, guys, so we talked about loans on decentralized and centralized loaning platforms. We talked about the current regulatory situation that we're facing in cryptocurrency. Now we're going to talk about taxes. And taxes are also very unclear right now, but we're going to tell you what we know now. And this is a huge disclaimer. No one at the Coin Collective is a CPA. None of us are actually giving real tax advice. We highly advise you to go out on your own when you need to pay your taxes on your digital assets and cryptocurrencies and consult a real certified CPA. We will link a website that you can go to called taxbit.com below. Please use our referral code. That would help us out a lot. And TaxBit is just a website that you can connect to your exchanges and your different wallets, and it'll read your transaction history, and it'll provide you a automated kind of tax write-up that you can give to a CPA or an accountant that they can kind of look over and approve and make sure it's compliant. So first off, you go to say buy some Bitcoin, but then you want to swap it into Ethereum. What you need to realize is when you swap cryptocurrencies, I know this sucks, that is a taxable event. That is a capital gains tax when you swap different cryptocurrencies. So the best thing you can do is just when you buy a digital asset, just swap it immediately. So there's not even really any kind of capital gain or loss incurred at all. Just so you know, that is a taxable event, which is a capital gains tax, which depending on your income could be between 0% to 15% to 20%, just depends. If you sell a cryptocurrency into US dollars, that also is another capital gains tax that has been incurred. So again, depending on your income status, that determines how high or low your capital gains tax is. If you are trading back into US dollars under 1 year, you will incur a higher capital gains tax because it's considered short-term capital gains. But if you sell your cryptocurrencies after a year, which we would highly encourage you to do, just hold your stuff a little bit longer, you will then incur a much lower capital gains tax on your investments. This is called long-term capital gains tax. Okay, and the third thing you can get taxed on in cryptocurrency is for income. So income, according to the IRS, is a bunch of different things. So if you get yield on an asset from staking it, so you stake it and you get 13% return or 5% return yearly on your staked asset, that is considered income according to the IRS. So you have to report that as income, and you will be taxed on that out of your total annual income. And if you say you're using one of these free-floating reserve currencies that we're going to explain in the next episode, you will get rebases every day, and that is considered, that rebase you get 3 times a day is also considered income and is taxable. And if you sell your rebases, you get the income tax plus the capital gains tax. We know it's crazy. We hope over the next couple years there will be some kind of real regulatory clarity so we can know what we actually need to pay taxes on and what we don't need to. But right now, it's the Wild West, so they're just going to tax the hell out of us. Also, if you run a node, which is just like network infrastructure, kind of like a cell tower that's running on different blockchain protocols. If you run some of these nodes, depending on who you're running it for, you'll earn rewards. These rewards you earn for running that node is also considered income. So you also will be taxed on that income as well. But if you buy some of these nodes, we have learned, we're not 100% sure on this, but that's why we would want you to consult with a CPA, but you can use that as a tax write-off as a business expense. So what this means is if you have a business set up, we highly encourage you to go out and get a multi-member or a single-member LLC that is a limited liability corporation. All you have to do is you go to your Secretary of State, depending on wherever you are, whichever state you live in, you file the correct paperwork, you get them to sign off on it, and then you have a LLC opened up under just your name, or say you're working with somebody else. That way, you've opened an LLC for your crypto trading, and now if the IRS comes around, you can prove to them that you are running a small business with your cryptocurrency, with the nodes that you're running, with the trading you're doing, with the loans you're taking out, with the staking you're doing. You are running your own small business, so then you can expense different things. So if you spend a whole lot of money on Ethereum gas fees, you can expense that now. If you buy a node, you can expense that as a business expense. So there's all these little things that you can do that'll help you save a little bit of money on taxes. But you have to take these steps, like getting an LLC, to prove that you are actually a business to the IRS. Because if you don't do these things, they will just go ahead and consider you to be doing it as a hobby. And if you're doing it as a hobby, you can't expense anything, and you'll just pay full taxes. Opening up a business bank account also helps a lot. We'll link a little bit of information down below on how to start your own LLC. It's pretty simple. There's some websites you can go through like LegalZoom, but yeah, we highly encourage this. Okay guys, so that's it for lesson 7 of our crypto course. We talked about loans on decentralized and centralized loaning platforms. We talked about the current regulatory environment. We talked about the Ripple versus SEC case, super important. And we talked about taxable events and what you should do. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.